Hey everyone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? What is good? Welcome to the round 19 fan cams. It was a really, really important week for many teams. One that really was going to define how the rest of the season was going to go. There was a lot of implications this week with the way teams play and the results as they fall. And the 8 is so tight. It is a really tight contest. And some teams came into this round ready to go. Some teams went into this round, guns blazing. They might not have been in the best form coming into this week, but they tried their butts off. There were other teams that unfortunately were not up to it. Were not ready to come in. Were not willing to take the game on. Were not willing to try and take destiny into their own hands. Unfortunately, my boys was one of them. So I'll start reading some comments as they come in. Causa, mate, yes, absolutely. Every North Melbourne and St Kilda fan is absolutely welcome to come on because, geez, the North Kangaroos, man, they tried so hard. Sportsnut, Hawks good, but not good enough in the end. Look, I'd rather be what the Hawks dished up this week. I'd rather have my team dish that up, Sportsnut. Yes, the result wasn't there, but it's the way you go about it. There's losing, and then there's losing. So you definitely lost no fans from this week, Sportsnut. Absolutely, you lost no fans. It's just another step forward for the Hawks, taking it up to Richmond. I called this on the SDS Supercoach channel, Steve's Supercoach. I was on a live stream with him and Brad, and they were both like, "Oh, Richmond easy," and I thought, "Nah, man. I reckon the Hawks could get this." I had a feeling that the Hawks could get up, and I felt like a genius up until the last minute. So, but you guys were really good. Shannon, how's it going? We'll get you on really soon, Shaz. Tone, the Kangas couldn't hold on. I know. They couldn't get it for Rats. He couldn't get that revenge for how the St Kilda Football Club treated him. They couldn't get up for him. But you can't fault the effort. You can't fault the way they go about it. GWS in the 8 is unreal. It didn't come 18th. So they said, "Oh wow, no, that was off the mark, Sports. No way." I definitely had West Coast fighting with the Hawks with you guys. I didn't think you guys would be this good this quickly. I thought it was going to be between you and the Hawks fighting it out for the last spot. I thought North would be doing a bit better than what their ladder position shows. But the Giants are actually still a good team. The Giants really are a good team. They've still got heaps of talent on that list. Yes, they've been gutted. They've lost some talent as well. But there's still heaps more still on that list. And they just needed a good coach to take the reins. And my word, Kingsley, he is not getting enough respect, I don't think. There needs to be more attention given to this guy. They are doing sensationally well, the Giants. Right, by North Carolina, wet paper towel. Look, mate, it's not easy beating St Kilda at Marvel Stadium. We'll just say that. You got 25-27, Theo. That is a very good score. I got 25-0-4. Unfortunately, I had Johnson as my cover in the midfield, and he scored me a 29. bloody Johnson. Never again. Shannon with 9 out of 9 tipping. That is really impressive in a week that had so many 50-50 calls. I thought I did pretty well with my tipping. Actually, I'm actually going to pull up my tips now. I actually did pretty well. I got 8 out of 9. For some reason, I'm looking at it now. How the hell did I have Port Adelaide here? I thought Collingwood were the surest of the 50-50s. I thought Collingwood for sure was going to win. I don't know why, for some reason, the app's got Port Adelaide. I don't know. I should have had 9 out of 9. Something weird's going on there. But yeah, I was very happy with my calls. There were still a few close ones that could have gone either way. Top score was 2.9 this week. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anthony, no, I didn't take the Golden Sea, bruv. I played safe, and as you guys should know by now, 120. If you score above 120, I take that score. And I had the VC on Bontempelli, and I took it. I took the Bont VC. I don't mess around with that. 26-20 is a really good score, by the way. You beat me by over 100 points, which is unbelievable. Jonas, St Kilda will be shitting themselves having to play the Hawks next week. Mate, Jonas, it's going to be a cracking game. It's going to be a cracking game. The Hawks don't fear him, that's for sure. They beat him earlier in the year coming from behind. So it's going to be another cracking game. Every round, there's something to look forward to, man. It's been insane this year. You're right, Tone. The Giants players are peaking at the right time. And I look at the Giants and I contrast them to us, the Bombers, right? I look at the Giants. They obviously started a bit slower, not quite as hot. They weren't undefeated, etc. Right? They lost the game. They sort of fell back in the crowd, down the ladder. But you look at them though, and it takes some time to adjust, to get used to a new system, to a new coach. It's not going to all click into place straight away. But what you would hope to see is, yes, after some lull, after a dip, that there is a bounce back, that there is an improvement as the players get used to the system and understand the system. And we're seeing this improvement all of a sudden in the Giants, and they're beating some really good teams in this comeback of them for this season. And you contrast that with Essendon, who I feel is actually regressing as the season goes on. And that was probably the biggest disappointment for me on the Friday night. I was there at that game, had some great seats. I was there with my friend Ollie, was sitting on the wing, level 1, super close to the action, only to see my boys really close up not take the ball forward. I thought, like, what the hell is going on here? Unbelievable. Yes, it is a fresh cut. I had a haircut yesterday. Went for a skin fade. It's a burst fade, skin fade. So thank you very much for noticing, Ra. Very nice, yes. Med, LD is an absolute gun. Has been unrevalued for 494k a few weeks back. First pick mid next season. Look, mate, Med, I agree with you. I reckon LDU is coming into form, and a lot of people would have had him if not for some injury shenanigans this year. He is hitting his prime. He's got a lot of talent. He's not losing any midfield minutes. I agree with you. Big J is not on the same page, though. But look, I reckon LDU is definitely going to be good value. 8 out of 9 tips, only Port wrong. Well, exact same as me, Causa. I don't know how I got the Port tip wrong. I was so sure on Collingwood. Sportsnut, why is a Hawks home game at Marvel against the Saints? Having a home game at Marvel, put it against an interstate team. Well, I don't know, Sportsnut. They do some weird things, the AFL, when it comes to scheduling. It's also got something to do with your into the certain teams and what they've got in terms of agreements. You have to have a certain number of games played at certain venues. But I agree. I reckon if it was by the MCG, it would certainly get a much bigger crowd. Absolutely. Because both teams are hopeful. The Hawks obviously hopeful that they could beat them. And the Saints hopeful that they can play finals. And we're doing everything we can to help them at this point. Big Long Dong. How's it going, mate? Jonas, 16 losses in a row. Is Big Johnson okay? Too depressed to come on. Look, I'm not exactly sure why Big J isn't on. Hopefully he can come on a bit later. But I got to say, yeah, he's not happy. He is not a happy chappy, unfortunately. Yeah, things aren't going well for North Melbourne. And if you watch the latest episode of Fancast, the video popped up for Fancast, and he gave it He had a full segment just on North Melbourne, and he went to town on them. So if you haven't, go and check out Fancast, please. Jen, how's it going? Up the pies, flag pies. It's just might as well give you guys the flag. Freaking Jamie Elliott all the time. It's ridiculous, honestly. You guys are the envy of the competition. Everyone wishes that they could have a team that is as reliable as you guys in that it doesn't matter if you're behind at 3/4 time, half time, doesn't matter. You know what you're going to get from this team, and that is you're going to run out the full 120 minutes. You're not going to back down. You're going to go all the way. You're going to challenge the opposition. You're genuinely going to challenge them in here. In here. Do you have the courage, the cojones? Do you have the willpower to hold us back? You are honest. I wish that my boys could show half of that willpower that you guys are showing. Just half of it. I was promoting myself on the States. What a shame. Well, you were very close. Very close, Tone. 2760 this week. Wow, man. Unbelievable. Yeah, you mentioned Steele, man. Steele has come alive all of a sudden. And Big J is also pissed off about that because he traded Steele out. He did a bit like what I did. Exactly, Jen. I should have kept DCAM. It went 135. I don't think that was underscored as well. Mate, it was unbelievable. Such is life. You can't predict these things. Steele has turned a corner all of a sudden. He's back to his best. Jeez, congratulations to all those people who held on to him. Of course, it looks like Brisbane has a shout now for top 2. That they do. Let's actually share this screen and let's have a look because we'll pull up the ladder. And now this was a really important win. You're right. This win that they had against the Cats was absolutely vital because now they're only a game behind Port and they really are. And the difference between third and second is immense, absolutely immense. Rather than hosting the final at home, at this point they're traveling to Adelaide. And even Collingwood struggled to beat them there. You know what I mean? The fact that Collingwood can do that is by the by. They are the best team in it. But the Brisbane Lions would certainly much rather be second than third. And their percentage is a lot healthier as well. So absolutely massive, massive game. And you look at who they've got next. Port against Adelaide, who took it right up to Melbourne today. And then you've got Brisbane versus the Gold Coast Suns. So you'd expect the Lions to beat the Suns. And the question then falls onto Port Adelaide. Can you match that? Can you beat Adelaide? Because Brisbane are absolutely breathing down their throats. What a season. What a season we have got here, ladies and gentlemen. This has been so good. 24-42 this week. You beat me, Jen. I scored I beat you. I scored 25-04 this week. Would have been so much better if I held onto DCAM. But it is what it is, unfortunately. It is what it is. Got one trade left. You think Walsh got to go? Well, it's a hammy, right? So he's going to miss the next 3 weeks. Walsh, the appeal for Walsh certainly went up a lot this week with both Chera and Cripps out of the side. And those two being out was the reason why I just felt like, stuff this. This is the best time to trade in the big boy Georgie Hewitt. And that's what I did. I traded in. I used my last trade. I've got no more trades. I might as well show you, blokes. You fine men and ladies here. I used my last trade. None left. That's a crap ton of money. I wish I could cash that out end of the year. But I did it to get rid of Humphrey for Hewitt. And I got his 127. I'm really happy with that. Unfortunately, the Johnson on field was a bit of a shit one. Unfortunately. That was certainly let me down. Would have scored a lot more. And if I had that extra premium that I was crying out for earlier, got Laird and Green just sitting there on the bench. No cover. Green is going to miss this week as well. Hopefully Laird can come back next week and then I can finally fall a full premium team. Oh, mate, I'm missing it. I am missing it a lot. When does Supercoach open? I think it should open really soon. You can never really know. Yeah, it's still live. Supercoach, it's a bizarre one. It's a bizarre game, man. They certainly like to take their time. 9 out of 9 tipping on you, Jen. On you, Jen. Look at that. He's just flying in life. Not in Supercoach though. I beat you. Back in your. Nah, I'm just joking. Shannon still have 3 trades left. Hopefully you can do it. You can use them ASAP to get that team finished. Tone, well, yeah, I know. Walsh was on fire. Walsh was so hot. He burned his own hammy, I reckon. He was too hot for himself. To six it for my hammy, because he really was on track for 200. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So it's real sad for all those people out there who traded Walsh in. Look, he'll come back. He'll be fine, I guess. Most likely will be 3 weeks if it's a hammy. And what a week to do it. Because you look at who Carlton play next week. They got the big old Magpies. If Carlton can get up against Collingwood without Walsh and without Mackay, then the lid is well and truly off for the Blue Baggers. Oh my God, that would be unbelievable if that was the case. It would be ridiculous. Sport Night, if a Marvel side gets a home final, like let's say the Dogs versus Blues, is it at Marvel or the G? So Sports Night, we actually were trying to work that out on this stream, I think last week. We had back, John O'Carroll was on and Causa was on, and we were going through the archives. And it, obviously COVID got in the way, but there was no Marvel elimination finals since like 2004. We haven't had an elimination final at Marvel Stadium. Even if it is a Marvel team, it wasn't played at Marvel, the elimination final. And when we had the perfect chance to test it, us versus the Bulldogs, unfortunately, that was the year that we had to go and play it in Tassie. So we couldn't tell if that was going to happen. So this is going to be a really interesting thing to keep an eye on. You're right, Sportsnut. And I was, because we were tossing and turning what the matchups would be like favorably or otherwise in an elimination final. And I think they played at the MCG. I think it's played at the MCG based on the precedent of going through all of the final series between now and 2004. They've all been played at the MCG. Jonas, many lawyers said Willie Rioli should get suspended for 2 weeks. Nathan Furphy should be fined for staging. Went down worse than a soccer player. Yeah, I know, right? Look, Willie Rioli has been offered 2 weeks for that. So he has been offered for 2 weeks. You're not. What are you doing slapping people, bro? Like, what is this? Come on. Like, Willie Rioli, bro. Why are you slapping people? Now, having said that, that racial abuse that he copped should definitely not be, absolutely. The very strong response in retaliation to that was great. Collingwood, Port Adelaide, got on the front foot, called it out. But yeah, what are you doing slapping people's faces, man? Jeez. Focus on the footy. Be a tough man. None of this slapping, keep my wife's name out your mouth business, bro. He thinks he's Will Smith or something, jeez. Globes, how's it going, brother? VC Stewart into Neil O'Meara. Mate, I called VC Stewart. I called Stewart as a potential great scorer last week, but unfortunately, his history against Brisbane normally is no good. We'll have to have a look and see what the upcoming fixture is for next week. Stewart plays Freo at home. Oh, yeah. Stewart. Even Dacos, man. Dacos against Carlton MCG could go bananas. Hard to go past Dacos with the form that he is in. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, Theo. Global, I said that was going to come on tonight, but both my youngest have the Rona. Oh, no. Globes, I am really sorry to hear that, brother. Hope you and the little ones all get well really soon. No rush, mate. We are doing this every Sunday for the rest of the year. Don't worry about it. Med, we're also going to double time. I know. Med, he was absolutely scorching it. The grass under his feet was burning. It was ridiculous. He burnt too bright for himself. Unfortunately. Unbelievable. Global Shorty scored. Congratulations to Shorty. That is unbelievable. That's sensational. Anthony, I got Windy as cover, but if it's Walsh, if it's 3 for Walsh, he's got to go. Yeah, I think so. 3 weeks with 4 runs to go. I agree, Anthony. I think Walsh has got to go. Global had the VC on Walsh. Oh, yeah, that burns, man. You could have been on a massive, massive, massive score, but hey, hopefully your captain was still a good one. Who did you end up captaining, Globes? How long do you think we'll do about for? Ryan asks me. Mate, unfortunately, I'm not a medical doctor, and I don't have access to his scans. I saw it that he pulled up sore after he went for a kick. So he actually kicked the ball and then came off sore, and I could see him like start hobbling and lift his arm up. So it wasn't a contact injury. So hopefully it's just a strain, but I don't think he plays next week. I'll be honest with you. I think he's banged up already. He's had a knee concern. He's got that strapped up. I couldn't believe he was playing with that. He's now got this quad. I don't think we're going to play him next week, Ryan. And it'll come down to the scans. We'll find out sooner or later how long he's out for. Mate, you just call every Essendon supporter a cupcake or a mate. Ridley is an absolute superstar of the competition, mate. I will have you know, Ridley is a superstar, and every single team out there would love to have Ridley in their team. Don't you worry. We'll fingers crossed that it's not a serious injury. Can't wait for that game between Carlton and Collingwood. I know, Jen, it will be a good game. It should be a packed out MCG. It's got to be. It's got to be. I know, Shannon. That is probably one of the most tragic news that we've heard today about Will Ashcroft rupturing his ACL. It's confirmed. That is really sad news. He probably won't win the Rising Star now as a result. It's probably the race between Machito Owens and Harry Sheezel. I'd probably be leaning towards Machito Owens there. But hopefully he can come back really well and speedy recovery for him. The kid's a superstar. And there's nothing worse than seeing young talent like him, so full of promise, get struck down with injury so earlier in their careers. So thoughts and prayers with him and his family, and hopefully we can see him back soon and in good health. Dacos PC this week for Tone, for Jen as well. He did, Tone. That he did. It was tough. It was a tough game for scoring, and he did really well. Dacos in Sicily next week. Oh yeah, man, you're killing it, man. I wish I had Sicily. I wish I called it. I called him as a great potential captain as well this week, Sicily. But unfortunately, I don't own him. So you are absolutely laughing, mate. 25-36 with Gorn captain on your Globes. You managed to pit me, mate. I scored 25. Let's have a see. Is Supercoach open yet? Nope, not yet. I scored 25-04, and unfortunately, the spud, Matt Johnson, on the field let me down with a 29. So, why, bro? Why you do this? You had some great games. You were doing so well. Look at this. A 90-72, 96-92, 99-70, and then he's just yo-yo. He's yo-yoing for me. It's another sold-out game. Wow, Jen. That is huge, as it should be. As it should be. All right, so we'll go through the games and we'll bring in our first guest. Now, remember, guys, the link to get onto the stream to talk to me about how your team did, your footy team did, talking footy with me. The link is in the description of the video. So if you go to the description box, it is there. You just click on it and it will take you to the StreamYard room where I will let you in and then we can talk. So for our first guest, as is the case just about every week since the beginning of this show, we've got Shannon
I'd be
Humphreys
very
once
quick.
again. Number one, you are literally the first one on every single week. Massive respect to you, my friend. How you doing?
Very quick.
Yes, you are very, very quick. Unfortunately, not almost as quick as how the margin blew out in this game. Like, yeah,
Ugh.
that was a rough first quarter.
It was rough. Eesh.
What did you take? What did you take out of this game?
I wanted it to be a high-scoring affair, and it happened. Don't know why. Was she kicking the goal after the siren? At least it wasn't a 100-point smashing.
Correct. It was 71 points. You're right. It wasn't 100 points, and I'm sure a lot of people were worried that it was going to be 100 points. But you guys
Even
end
I,
up getting
even
10
I
goals.
was worried that it was going to be a 100-point smashing.
Mate, look, the thing is, I'm loving this. Tone, Big J didn't want to get roasted by you. And Jonas is also saying Big J is running scared, mate. You've got Big J right where you want him, mate. You got him cornered.
Right in the corner. We should take them down.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a
Ugh.
massive, massive game.
Going up against North Melbourne is a tough task.
It is a tough ask. Did you guys have any injuries from this game?
Yeah, we did. We had Luke Shuey out with an injury. Hamstring.
Of course you did. Oh my god, you guys can't play a game
What is
without
going
having
on
someone
with
injured.
the Eagles? Seriously, what is going on with them? Injuries, suspensions, COVID. I mean, what the heck is going on with them? I think they seriously need to have a look at themselves and have a look and think about what they were doing.
I agree. Who do you reckon was your best player on the field?
From the Carlton Football Club, I think my best on ground is probably going to go to Charlie Curnow anyway with his 10-goal haul.
10 goals, 3 behinds, with 20 disposals and 8 marks. That is a very. Did he outscore you guys? No, he scored 10 goals 3. You guys scored 10 goals 9. He scored the same number of goals as your entire team did. So he's gonna win the Coleman, yeah?
I think I tuned for the Coleman.
I reckon the Coleman is his at this point. How far is he ahead now in terms of the Coleman race?
I think
61. He's 7 goals ahead of Tex Walker.
7 ahead of Tex.
Yeah, it's his, I reckon. It's Charlie
Back
Curnow once again.
For the Curnow stir.
Mate, what are you hoping to see from your team next week?
Well, let's just hope we can get up against North. We are the favourites.
Are you favourites? Oh, by 4 cents. $1.90 to $1.94. I have never seen a more even.
It's a 50-50 one this game.
Oh my
Some
god.
Some are going to be 50-50, but some are probably going to be blowouts.
Jay, it's been the last 3 games have been in North's favour by 5, 15, and 10 points. So look, you've had a fairly close matchup between them in recent times. So could we see that you overturn this? That you get it on your side of the this time?
Well, let's just hope a bunch of players come back from injury.
Is anyone coming back that expected to be back by next week?
I see quite a lot of players coming back. When there's not much players coming back,
Oh, that's
some
not
are
good to hear.
gone for this. Some are gone for the season. Some are out for weeks.
Tone here is saying that he's hoping that Adam Simpson gets sacked. Do you want Adam Simpson to be sacked, or do you believe that he is the man to take you guys forward in your next stage?
I believe that he is the man to get us over to this next stage.
You
I
have
do
full
not
faith
want him
that
to be sacked. He's a best coach. Because if we get rid of him, then that's if we get rid of Adam Simpson, then there's probably no way we'll be able to win games.
See, Tone says that most of the Eagles' premiership players weren't even drafted by him. So he's inherited a list that had that talent on there already.
Well, it's not up to the coach to decide who gets drafted and who doesn't. It is up to the draft board to decide which players are going to get drafted and which players are not.
We're getting comments from people saying that Super Coach is open. Jonas lets us know, and then Jono let us know. Thank you very much, fellas. And I slide yet again just that little bit. I keep sliding down by like 200 spots every week. And the problem that I've got with my team, the reason why I'm sliding every week is I don't have that extra premium to cover, and I don't have English. So it's just causing me to miss out on I still won 8 of my 10 league matchups somehow. But
Goodness.
yeah, it's not easy. It's not what I
Not
hoped I was
easy
going to have.
It's not
It is what
easy
it is.
when we're against North. Like, we've got to
No.
run home, which will be very tough.
What is your run home? How do you end the year? Let's have a look and see.
Let's see. We've got North next week, and then Essendon, then Freo, then the Bulldogs, and then Adelaide to finish off the year.
Realistically, how many of these do you see yourself winning? Realistically, how many of these do you see winning? You reckon you beat North, yeah?
We'll beat North. We'll lose to the Bombers, the Dockers, and the Dogs.
You reckon you beat the Crows at home?
Probably.
Wow. Okay. All right.
But
Well,
some of
fingers
it
crossed,
will just
mate.
be. I mean, it's going to be a tough run home, but we'll see how we go with next week. Considering we got a perfect round.
Mate, if people have got a trade left at this point of the season, I reckon use that trade to get Tex Walker in. I'm sorry, Shattered. It's been a rough season for you, mate.
Despite having injuries and COVID.
Yeah, of course. Hopefully your boys can get up against. Well, I'm not gonna be rooting one way or the other. All right. I'm just hoping that it's gonna be a really entertaining game, and that you love what you see out of this game, win or lose, because we've got Causer as well, who I'll just bring on now, because you boys are both West Coast and North fans.
Yep.
So, you know, we'll there's no Big J here today, but we'll certainly let the fighting words between you guys. Causer, how do you see this playing out? Shannon reckons the Eagles win this.
No chance.
Close one or blowout.
No chance. There's no chance, because when you think about it, there's Goldie and Sherry up against Bailey Williams, say, as well. Yep. So, and then there's also like guys to come back, like Simpkin will be back next week as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then so there's a few ins to come back as well. So I think the way we played today, it looks like we can do it, I think.
Fair enough. I mean, Jonas here says West Coast Eagles are about as successful as Billy Brownless political campaign. Mate, the Eagles do an amazing job at finding themselves every decade in a grand final. So they have high highs and really low lows.
Right up until the 2018 grand final when we just snatched the win from Collingwood.
Yeah. That is
And
amazing.
boy, Eddie Maguire is not one happy person.
Jonas doesn't barrack for Collingwood. Jonas is a Carlton fan. So Jonas
I was
is
talking
happy
about
that
Eddie Maguire.
his mob beat the living daylights out of you. So he's a happy man, Jonas, right now.
Yep.
Oh, then wait until Collingwood will beat the shit out of Carlton next week.
Oh, fighting words there. Fighting words. The Eagle is supporting Collingwood here.
In fact, the last time these two teams played, it was despite who be in the top 8 and who will miss out. Collingwood absolutely denied Carlton in a final spot by one solitary point.
I'm loving this. I'm loving the banter here. We've got Causa and Shannon. They're playing each other. We've got Jen talking to Jonas. You ready for next week, buddy? It's the banter's flying everywhere.
Yeah.
This is the joy of the footy season, and this is what I was hoping that we would get out of this fan cams episode. So I'm really happy that things are going as we hope they would. Causa, mate, we'll talk about. Actually, right on time because Jono has come on. Shannon, thank you so much for coming on, mate.
It's all right.
We'll talk to you next week, and I'll get Jono on because North played against St Kilda just then. So I think it's right to have both of them on.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Shannon.
It's fine.
Hope you have a lovely week. We'll talk to you next week, mate.
And
Jonas
of course, it is my big day tomorrow. So don't forget that.
No, we'll not forget that. Thank you so much, Shannon. Have a lovely week. We'll talk to you next week, man.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see how we go. Hopefully we don't lose to North.
Big game coming up. All right then, man.
Tough
have
game.
A lovely one. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
He's a good man, Shannon. Love having Shannon on. He's a regular. He never misses, mate. He's always the first one on. You gotta love that.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to go first. Oh, come on, mate.
Mate, you are way too excited, bro. You are way too excited for what happened today.
Well, I didn't even see the game. That's the funnier thing.
Are you sure you backed the St Kilda?
I was at work, so I only looked at the final scores. So I'm one happy boy.
He is a happy boy. 8 points in the end. One person smiling, the other person scowling. Such
I was there
is
live.
the nature of sport.
And it was oh my god, it was so good to see.
I'm glad you had fun.
We were playing good.
You were playing really good. I mean, it looked like it was fairly even, and then you sort of started to work away and sort of build the game towards yourselves.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it just like stabilized before the Saints came back. As Tone says, some skill errors cost you.
The umpires cost us, actually. Elaney, who hates North. Like, there were so many, like, calls where we should have got freeze for, like, holding the ball and stuff, and they'd say play on. And
mate, I hear you because I felt we were absolutely shafted by the umpires on Friday night. I don't know if you guys agree, but at the game we were all furious.
I haven't seen the game. I haven't seen the game.
Mate, we were close to jump to running onto the field and be like, "What is this BS?" Like it was really bad. But we just missed calls. We would not get any calls. But you look at the statistics. You know, Saints had more disposals, more kicks, more handballs, 5 more inside 50s.
The problem was, I reckon I know because Brad Hill was a concussion or something happened, and
Yep.
he got subbed out early, and he was killing us, and that's what sort of stabled us to get back in the game and stuff like that as well.
Right. He's really important. He is really important. Look at the hitouts. Marshall was dominated.
No. Apparently, I was reading somewhere just before that Marshall had apparently a fitness test and could have been nearly laid out.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Jeez.
so that's why you sort of started in the last quarter playing more forward. I think that's why.
Okay. But
And then
despite having so many
Golding was dominating him.
Yeah.
And
But despite having all those hitouts, it didn't lead to clearances though, right? So clearly the Saints mids were working overtime to get those clearances going their way.
Sure.
And there's probably one boy leading the way.
Also. Mate, it's your boy. It's your boy, mate. He.
Yes, who's
what's
back?
going on? Where's this been?
Back again.
Huh? Where's this been?
Steely's
he waited
back.
for Big
Steely's
J.
back.
He waited for Big J to
that-
trade him out before going bananas.
Yeah, he was good.
33 posies, a goal, if you don't mind.
Yeah, goal because
Not
Bailey
much.
Scott kicked it to him.
Yeah, I know, right? 4 tackles. Steele was involved in absolutely everything. You're right, Tone.
He got huge scaling because of that goal at the time.
Yeah. What did he end up?
Where's the Steel Thief?
160.
Where's the Steel Thief, Jonas?
Well, Jonas is still saying the St. Kilda will lose to the Hawks next week, which means season over. So still some fighting words there from Jonas. Always excuses for Rowan Marshmallow, the softest big man. I will tell you, Jonas, that there is someone softer than Rowan, and that's the Weed Man. He is softer than Rowan. All right, it's
I agree.
I'm not sure there's a softer big man than Wiedemann. Seriously, it's ridiculous. Huge goals from Cameron Steele. Yeah, absolutely. Mate, I was so happy for my boy Camo. It was a game that was really down to the wire.
That Higgins goal was touched. When watching the replay, it had the guy had his hand. Luke McDonald had his hand backwards, and it looked touched, but the umpire had already given it a goal. So,
but they still review all of them.
Yeah. But when looking at it live there, it was definitely a
It was this one, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one. Yep.
Let's just mute it. Come on. Why do we have ads? Come on, AFL. Get better. Get good, mate.
Yeah, that was the one, yeah.
All right, let's have a look. Let's have a see, guys. Let's see from our angle if we can see the touch.
It was the same thing with Dunkley's goal. Dunkley against Dunkley yesterday. Where is it? Yeah, this.
So you reckon McDonald touched it, you reckon?
Yeah. But the umpire already called it a goal, so it was hard to...
Yeah, but the umpire can call it a goal. That will be the soft call. And then it can go over.
They said apparently he got the boot on it last, but I don't think so. Because when you look at it, when it was on when they showed the live, the score review thing, it looked like his hand went backwards and touched it.
Oh, just split second. Can I make it slower? Yes, I can.
Oh,
jeez.
And that was the same with the Geelong goal yesterday. Was millimeters of inches where Dunkley.
All right. I don't see a hand back. Look where his hand is. Yep. I don't see the fingers back. At that particular frame, I don't see the hand back at all.
Yeah, then they said it was his last kick.
I reckon it's I reckon that's a goal. If
Well,
if there's insufficient evidence,
yeah, that's
to
what they said. They
overturn
said it.
overturn the soft call.
That's what they said. They said it was he hit his boot last before North touched it or something.
So he's got his hand out. His hand's
Oh,
there, but I don't see the hand back. I reckon this
Yep.
exact frame right there. If his hand was back, if there was a finger up or something, I think you'd be on. I think you'd be right. But the fact that this right here
Yep.
shows that there's no hand back, I guess, to me is conclusive that I don't think it was touched. It was.
Yeah, it was the same as like the Geelong guy that yesterday. It happened so similar.
Yeah.
And Dunkley tried to touch it, but he just missed it, like nearly the exact same thing. And they called that a goal as well.
Yeah. So we want consistency, right? That's the most important thing. That we have consistency, that no one gets robbed. I gotta say that someone who's not getting, probably doesn't get enough recognition, it's got to be Owens, because where's the ball? So here's him running onto the footy. He gathers it. He's bumped. Anyone else would fall to ground here. But look at him. Yeah. Look at his body position, and yet he still fights through to get the handball out before he falls over into the open space before he gets tackled.
Rising star.
Which then leads to the goal. That is insane.
I don't know about that yet. Don't
know about what? Rising star.
Rising star.
No, but apparently I heard before today's match that they were saying that Ashcroft, even though he got injured, was still most likely, they were saying, to win it. But now they had to. Now I think it's going to be one of these two.
Tone reckons it's Sheasel all day.
No, I don't think it's all. I don't think it's all day. I think it's pretty close.
I mean, what are the criteria? Like, what are they looking at? Is it impact? Is it the disposals? Because
I don't really know what they go by.
Are we able to compare players on the AFL thing? So we can compare players. But the problem is that they're both
got way more disposals, obviously.
Yeah, they play different positions. So you've got Harry Sheasel on one side, and on the other side, we've got Big Machito Owens. Mitch Owens, the mower, one of the few things them losers have going for him. Man, you know you're good when even Jonas is not pot-shotting him. You know what I mean? Like, he is that good, Machito Owens. 191 centimeters, 91 kilos, 24 games to 18. Stat comparison for the season. Fantasy points. Oh, Sheasel's got this all wrapped up now. Goals, obviously he's playing behind the ball. He's playing in front of goal.
Yeah.
Disposals. He's still elite for a forward, though, Owens.
Yeah. Forward ruck.
Marks. Playing behind the ball is easier. Get some, seagull stuff. Tackles. Elite for a forward. That's really impressive. Yeah. Clearances, they're both elite in it. Kicks, a lot. Obviously, he's got a lot more of the pill. Yeah. He's even got hitouts. You know what I mean? Like what Owens is being asked.
He's had to play most times as the second ruck when Marshall's been off.
Correct. So what Owens is being asked to do for his team, I can't help but feel is more valuable and more important than what Sheasel's been asked to do.
100% agreed.
Like,
I never thought that I'd see Owens in the ruck at the start of the year. No way in hell. No way. But what he's done in games that are on the line or borderline, he's stood up more often than not.
100%. He's not even the tallest player. He's not the tallest player. He's 191 centimeters. You know what I mean? It's not like he's
the-
a
I think
198
I think he's the third tallest. I think third or fourth
In-
tallest that they've got.
in St Kilda.
I think who they
He'd
play
be top
regularly.
top five,
Yeah,
10.
yeah.
5 to 10.
One
So
of
like
the top.
this,
Yeah.
he's 19. He's only played 24 games, and he's being put there second ruckman to go with Rowan Marshall, which used to be Paddy Ryder's position. So this guy is here
He wasn't even
replacing
that
Paddy
position,
Ryder.
and he wasn't even that position last year.
No,
He was like a midfielder, like whatever he was, like something completely different.
correct. So this move for him, this transformation, what he's doing forward of center and then going into the ruck is just unreal. Whereas Sheezel was playing primarily as a half backer, who you could get anyone else. You could get Aaron Hall to do that role. You could get Zeeble to do that role. You could get could Curtis play that role for him? You can get Taron Thomas playing that role. Like you've got a number of players who could play in Sheezel's position. But what Owens is doing for his team, I think, is just irreplaceable. Personally, that's just what I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
Global. I started Machado this year. He was your pick for the Rising Star. Yeah, absolutely. He's a gun. Now, you got to say, obviously, that he comes with the advantage of having an extra preseason under his belt, though, right?
Yeah. It's like, because he still gets the chance, obviously, because he played less than, I think it's 21 games or whatever. So he still gets so viable for the second year.
True. Oh, Med's saying here that Sheezel's been doing what Dacos did last season with better stats, and Dacos ran away with the Rising Star last season. So,
but that's different.
Who was the competition different last year?
Well, it was Horn Francis.
Yeah.
And not much else.
Shelley inconsistent. Rochelle's inconsistent. Nick Martin on a wing. But
Nick Martin wasn't. I don't think he was eligible. Nick Martin.
It was his first season last year.
Yeah, but you got to be under a certain age.
You got to be under. 21
you also have to be under a certain age.
Under 21.
Okay, sure, no worries. But what Dacos was doing, I don't know, man. Is Sheezel a Dacos?
No, two different. One's playing no offense, Corey, but he's playing in the top side, and he's just walked straight into a role that's so friendly to him that no one wants to give a crap about.
Yeah, I think it's just a different draft class plus extra players, so it makes it more competitive this year compared to last year, because it was always going to be you could tell halfway through that Dacos was going to run away with it.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas you look at this year, the competition's so much stiffer because you've obviously got Sheezel, Owens, you obviously had Ashcroft in there. You also had Wardlaw come into the picture as well when he played. Who else?
From Adelaide.
Exactly. So you've already got, it's such a much tighter competition this year compared to last year. And Dacos's name was on everybody's lips, right? He was becoming a household name.
I feel for him now.
Oh, mate, he's reveling in it right now. They're up and about. You know what I mean? Like you can have good publicity and you can have bad publicity. You know, like you can either have and obviously he's got the talent to back it up, right? You can be a Dacos or you could be a Ginnivan. You know what I mean? Like a lot. I'll mention a lot, right? But I know which one I'd rather be.
Yeah. Well, what I'm getting at is with Dacos, he's done not Dacos, Ashcroft, ACL.
Oh yeah.
They already said that earlier today.
That's what I'm saying. I feel for him now.
Oh, 100%. That is
because it would have been interesting if he kept playing who would have actually won the whole thing.
Where is it? Where is he? There he is. Poor kid. Ruptured his ACL.
I watched that live. I watched that live when he went down, and it was...
Yeah, I saw it as well. No, that's not good.
this kid, he's 18 years old, but you look at him, he almost looks ready-made. His body, the way he just slipped in, eased his way into the competition, into that Brisbane midfield.
But it's going
So
to be hard
seamless.
for someone to like come in and help the void of Ashcroft as well. So
They
maybe
might
Jared
be
Lyons,
Lions.
maybe might be
Yeah.
Lions.
It'll be interesting if Dev Robb leaves now. If he does.
Devil Rob. Poor Ashcroft. Look, the Brisbane Lions obviously are not quite as good without him, but they're every chance. They're every chance to push the top two right now. Yeah, you're right, Tony. They are both handsome. Sheasel is already an A-grade player. That he is, and his talent is really impressive. And he's meant to be playing forward of center. He's meant to be a forward mid. He's not meant to be playing a halfback.
I did not anticipate. I did not think that at all. And then I saw that one game. I think it was halfway through the Richmond preseason game. I thought this seems like something that could happen.
Yeah, correct.
But I didn't. Before that, I thought, nah, no way.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a new role that was opened up for him, and it's very normal for new draftees coming into the system to be played behind the ball, where they can learn their craft, and then eventually, like I can see Sheasel's development, like mirroring a bit of what Dacos was doing. Like Dacos was a lot behind the ball in his first year, and now you're seeing Dacos a lot on the ball. I think a lot will have to depend on how much Sheasel can build himself physically, because you can see there's a big difference.
Yeah, and we got too many mids as well. It's not like that's the hard thing. I don't see him like full time as a mid.
Yeah, it won't be a full time mid. Yeah, but he'll have more rotations through that, you'd imagine, next year.
Yeah.
Jonas, early on, Willem Drew was wearing. Oh yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, he had him hard.
Mate, just because he put a 0 there doesn't mean no one. Jonas, he just puts a 0 instead of an O. You're a funny one, Jonas.
Yeah, I know.
It was Willem Drew does not get enough recognition for all of the hard, tough stuff.
I don't know why he didn't do it the first. I don't know why he didn't do it the first time when they played at the MCG.
Playing?
I don't think he was
injured or something that game. I don't know, like because
I can't remember, but he would have been perfect for Dacos because Lockie Jones was like, nah. It's like round 2 or 3, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, 2.
Yeah, round 2. Let's have a look at the players. Oh, lineups.
Yeah.
Was Willem Drew
on the interchange.
He was. So why didn't do that?
I don't know.
He's their best tagger.
But also at the time, don't forget Dacos was like a defender. So it's not like
you can play.
He was getting less CBAs, correct.
Yeah.
Jeez. To think that was what it was like at the start of the year, and now we come to this, like this felt like such a long time ago, and now we get to, you know what I mean? Like we get to the current fixture now, and it's just like, jeez. I wanted to talk to you more about this game, Jono, but you didn't watch it, so
no, I'll have to because I've got the little insight from Dad, my dad. You have to watch the first and the last quarter, and that's it.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, well,
was all North Melbourne by the looks of things.
Yeah, that's all I'm watching tomorrow when I finish work at 4:30. I'm going to come home, watch the first quarter, fast forward the second and third, and watch the last.
Oh, that's it.
Fair enough. Global Sheldon for next year's Rising Star. Yeah. Very for sure, Globes. Absolutely, he's a star, that Sheldon kid. All right. I guess then we'll move. What was the biggest thing that pleased you with this game, Causa?
I think our defense today was pretty good because like having Luke McDonald play like his best game.
Yeah,
I think for the year. Then Aiden Cole was pretty good, and like obviously Sheasel played good off the back line, and then it was like Josh Goda played really well. And then you had pretty much all of our defenders actually play as a team for once, rather than just not communicating for the ball. And
Yeah.
I think that's what helped us today a lot.
Very good. I'm not going to ask you that question, Jono, because you're gonna say the 4 points.
I'll answer tomorrow in the other live stream.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, mate. Tony is saying that he loves Luke McDonald.
He can be good.
I guess the feeling is not mutual based on that reaction.
No, I don't know. One of my mates, we were doing the team for the week, and she had Luke McDonald dropped. She dropped. She had and I thought, nah, you can't do that. He's the only cap. He's the captain, so he's got to sort of play. 14
touches, 10 kicks, 8 marks, 7 tackles. That's a good number of tackles. 7 tackles.
No, he was. Yeah, he had a lot.
He clearly put in the hard yards today. So
he did.
And he dived for that touch, and he almost got it. Would have been an insane save, but look, it is what it is. I guess then we move on to next week's matches, because the Sainers, Jonas has been ripping you all afternoon, all stream so far. Mate, how confident or not confident are you about this game, Jono?
Well, for Supercoach side of things, kick it to Sicily all day. For Saint side of things, don't kick it to Sicily. Simple as that.
So what's the end result then? What do you want? What do you want to see?
A Saints win.
A Saints win and Sicily to go crazy.
Yeah, and still to go crazy again.
And still to go crazy as well. Causa, who do you reckon wins this game next week?
Oh, I hope Saints. But I'm not. I think it's 50-50 by seeing Richmond were just lucky. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Any other team wouldn't even any team in that situation wouldn't come back from that. Yeah. Except you're the top 8, really good top 8 like Collingwood and stuff like that. I just don't. Yeah, I just think they can do it. I reckon it'll be close. But...
Oh, either happy boy next week or a shitty boy next week.
It's so hard.
Look, I reckon you guys should have won that game last time, Jono.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's for you to have dropped that game. I mean, you can see the last 5 goals of the match last time. So that should not have happened.
No.
And I can only imagine that.
That's when Steele was out, wasn't it? Yeah.
That you've learned.
He played. He was not cited at all. He only scored 54.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right, yeah.
You know what I mean? This is ridiculous. Who are you missing? Was there any changes to the lineup? Oh, you had no Owens. That's what happens when you don't have Machito, bro. This guy is 100% the rising star. As soon as he goes, St Kilda goes with him.
Ouch.
Wow. Nah, don't worry. I can't say nothing. My team is shit. My team is disgusting. Unbelievable. Yeah, wow. Yeah, no, you got Machito this time around. Should be good.
They got a better steal. Yeah.
Mate, what are you going to do about him, though? He torched you guys
last time. Just don't kick it to him.
How?
Come on, take him out. I don't care if he gets suspended.
Come on, take him out.
Bang.
We are not. The views that Jono said there are not represented or condoned or supported by the Centre Bounce channel. We do not condone taking any players out. We encourage fair game.
Well, if you listen to Kane Corns, apparently Junior Rioli gets off. So, come and get him out.
Just a
No,
slap.
it was a
Just
slap.
a slap around.
Slap guy.
But he was offered 2 games. He was offered a 2-game suspension, wasn't he?
Yeah, I know.
Mr. Rioli.
There was another, and then someone else got 2 as well. There was someone else.
Pretty sure Rioli was offered 2 games.
Yeah, because they must have called it medium impact. It was because of the staging, I think, that counter reacted it though.
Rioli was cited as intentional, high contact, and medium impact.
But
Wow.
It's not really medium impact.
Medium impact for a slap.
No, but I think also they're talking about there's like before he slaps him behind the head, he hits him a bit harder as well. That people don't talk about either.
Let's get this a bit bigger. What are we doing? Where are we?
That's just his goal.
No, that's his goal. He's celebrating. He's happy. He thinks it's LeBron James. And then, all right, we come here. All right, yeah, giving some lip. Yeah, sure, no, sorry. That's fine. You can give lip. Yeah, you can point. Yeah, that's fine. This is all legal. Freedom of speech, etc., etc. So he's grabbed him. Oof, okay.
Yeah, then he goes behind first, and then the slap. When
Where did he go behind?
No, when they show it as a replay, there's a little bit behind when they show a replay with when they were showing how many weeks he gets, like what Kane Collins was talking about.
Yeah, in this they didn't show
that. And
that.
then he starts diving. Yeah, behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, it just that didn't show it here. He just went.
Yeah.
Above. Sure, he dropped like a sack of potatoes, didn't he?
And then because when he went,
You can't condone it though.
No, you can't condone that. Jeez. No, it's not mine. You can't condone that sort of actions. Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly.
No.
So 2 weeks. Is 2 weeks sufficient, or you reckon 1 week?
2. 2 for me.
No, I'm fine with that now. I think about it. At first, I thought it was like nothing in it, but
that's exactly what Ken Hinkley said. Nothing in it, surely. He's said a lot worse. Yeah, there has been worse, but doesn't necessarily mean that this shouldn't get anything for it. Like, let's be real. But then again, knowing this guy,
he'll probably he got 2 as well. He got 2 weeks as well, so he's out for the.
Oh no, SPS game.
Yep. Yeah.
I agree. Luke also got reported apparently. Jen agrees. Jen reckons 2 weeks. Yeah, of course you do, Jen. You pray for Collingwood, but look, I agree. Let's slow this down.
He got 2 weeks for that because that was Sincotta had delayed concussion, so it. I know that.
This is the sling, though. This is exactly textbook what the AFL are trying to stamp out. The slinging whilst grabbing the arm. That is a clear as day, and it's hit his head. Yeah, that is clear as day.
Yeah,
he's gone for sure.
Yeah, they said 2 weeks for that.
I reckon he's lucky it's only 2. I reckon he could have got 3 for that.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, that's bad. So he's got him here.
And then because at first Sincotta played out. He came back on the ground, but he shouldn't have. But he got concussed. No. I know that.
Look, obviously that the team should do its HIA protocols, whatever.
I think they did, but I think he passed it. But then I think he got more symptoms later on.
Yeah, that's not good. That's bad. That's bad. So we've got the match review, SPS,
and it was Ned Reeves as well.
There you go. No Ned Reeves for the Saints game. That's going to be huge.
Rowan
Marshall, mate. All on Marshall. Rioli and Farrell. Where's the I don't see Luke Parker's mentioned here.
He might have got a fine.
Yeah, this is probably the games. Yeah, this is the
Or he
Might have
got
got mentioned.
or
no
he might have got
Tyson
reported.
Stengel. Tyson Stengel got a fine. And he's named here.
No, but I think Parker might have got reported, but maybe it was nothing in it.
Yeah, got thrown
It
out.
would have
Yeah.
got 0.
Just have a
Yeah,
look
maybe.
at scroll up a bit, see if it's mentioned.
No mention of Parker anyway. I just did Control F. Nothing
Yeah,
there.
that's the easiest way to find things.
Nothing in it. Farrell, abhorrent and
Farrell,
disgusting recent remarks. Is Walsh a trade? If he's out for 3 and there's only 4 games left, I'd say yes. What's the point of holding him for 3 weeks just to get 1 score left out of him? I wouldn't do it.
No, there's still 5. There's 5 after this. Yeah, so it's It'll
Or
be
2
1
games.
score. Yeah.
The D's were pleased what they saw from Brody Grundy in the VFL. Really? What did he do in the VFL that made him really encouraged? Really encouraged. Let's see. He was admitted to work on his forward craft with Casey.
12 hit outs, 12 possessions, 1 goal, 3.
1 goal, 3. Oh,
Jeepers.
There you go, 4 marks. Primary forward role.
yeah, that's not good. I need him to be better. I need him to be better so that freaking Grundy can not be solo rucking, so that Grundy can come back and help him out. Because I'm sick of seeing Gorn killing it now that I've traded him out.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got some Grundy.
Well, at
highlights.
least North didn't lose this week, Corey, in the VFL.
No. But what the stupidest thing with the VFL is how they've got 4 buys for the year, right? And they gave North 3 out of the last 8. 3 buys out of the last 8 matches.
Because they know they're tanking.
What the hell?
Yeah, no, apparently they do it randomly. And they gave, North 3 out of the last 8 matches. Because they had the round 15 bye was a bye for the VFL as well. This week was a bye. And then in a few weeks, they've got another bye.
I agree, Jonas. Brody Man Bundy is way better than Ben Brownstone. He should be back, mate. He should be back. They're paying him way too much to be playing in VFL.
Yeah, I agree.
Look. I guess did anyone watch this game on Friday Night Footy?
I saw bits and pieces, and this was the last
No.
quarter because I was out playing Tempe bowling on Friday.
No.
Caller, did you see this game at all?
Oh, no.
No. Good. This was a terrible Friday night football game.
I saw the first quarter and I thought, here we go. Essendon's on here. And then
We were.
No, I didn't see anything. Didn't see anything else after that.
It was terrible. It was so bad. Yes, Jonas, the doggies done us like a dinner. So did you watch the Jen? So did the umpires. Please let me know. Let me know. Honestly, I might be very biased. Okay, I'm not going to say the umpires were the reason why we lost by 7 goals. Right? I'm not going to say that. But early on in this second quarter, please tell me we were not absolutely reamed by the umpire. Please, we literally had a moment where Hobbs gets the ball, immediately tackled, pinged arm, done holding the ball. The exact same thing happens to them barely 5 minutes later, and it was nothing.
Oh, that was the same thing today. Same thing was exactly the same thing because North is last for, I think it's last for Freeze 4 this year or near the bottom. And every week it's always the same.
So
not getting
inconsistent
free.
from game to game.
Mate, it was
There's a few
inconsistent
last
in the game. Just in the game. One team is playing to a different set of rules. It was I couldn't believe it. Everyone couldn't believe it in the crowd. It was just
so many. Yeah.
The overall sense of negativity around the game. And a credit to the Dogs who
I think
turned
4
it on.
umpires has made it worse.
It has. And they took advantage of it. They got their tails up. They started to win a lot around the ball. And I could see that our players just went into their shells and didn't want to just didn't take the game on anymore. They started playing a chip-to-chip back line, and they weren't playing with the dare that they had in the first quarter. I don't know. Is it just that they were beaten down by the Dogs? But the momentum well and truly was shot to bits when we couldn't get the ball moving forward, and they had like 3 goals that came from free kicks, either inside 50 or just outside inside 50, that then led to a kick inside, and we're out of position, and they get a goal. Like it was really rough to watch. I thought, Global, the umpiring was, I think I meant to say disgusting there. Jonas, it's the first time a Pom has had this many bumps in a year. Man, English really was slaughtered in the ruck. I was really proud of Andrew Phillips. He did such an amazing job in the ruck against English. Absolutely, as you say, took him to a bath, mate. But
but he still gets more disposals.
But look, 51 hit out, 35. But English worked his way around the ground, got more disposals, exactly. So that's what he does.
Yeah.
That's English to a T. And all these disposals that we had were all like in the back half. It was just chipping around. We had an even number of inside 50s, 49 apiece.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, how can you have the exact same number of inside 50s and yet
get killed by that much?
So stark? Yeah. Our efficiency moving forward was abysmal. We just kept bombing the ball high and long. 2-meter Peter was outnumbered 3-1 every single time. And it just looked like hard. We looked really flat. Just absolutely flat. I thought that was Zach Merritt's worst game I've ever seen.
In that first quarter, I thought he was seemed like kicking to so many to the Bulldogs players. I thought, yeah.
Like he's normally an amazing disposal, an amazing user of the foot. But on Friday night, it was probably the worst game he's ever played in just disposals wise. It was horrendous. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and the Dogs, Bailey Smith came back and did a really good job for him on a wing, but they just got away with so many throws and so many free kicks that we were pinged for, that it really just felt like it was one-way traffic. Like, they're a good side. They are underachieving compared to what their talent is. So they are a good team. They don't need the extra.
I think it was Port Adelaide twice. Geelong this year.
Yeah. So they're a good team. They don't need the handicap. They don't need the assistance from the umpires to get them in the game early on. Like, they're a good enough team as it is. I don't know. It just felt like we gave up a bit, unfortunately. And the last quarters are always a problem for us. And that is indicative, I think, of the fact that we just don't have the fitness. We don't have the fitness to run out full games. Last quarters tend to be our worst quarters for the year. And I think that's because we run out of gas. And I think we're running out of gas this year. Brad Scott's got them playing differently. And I think our players are just woefully unfit. We had the external review.
But luckily enough, you got West Coast and North. But I don't know if that's going to be enough.
It's not going to be enough.
I don't think it's going to be enough because they've got Collingwood last round as well.
Not even that. I don't even know about this game anymore. Like, I was really confident that we'd win this. But I'm not confident in this anymore because what we're dishing up, the way we're looking, it looks like we're cooked. Either we're cooked or we've been found out. That's just the way I'm seeing it. I have no optimism moving forward. I thought the one thing that we had every single week is that we're going to play competitive football, that we're not easy to beat. We're going to give effort, and yet we might lose, but we're going to be hard to beat. That has not been the case now.
Draper being out does kill as well, I think, because he's very low. Because Phillips because Phillips being like say number one ruck, you
Yeah.
gotta like he sometimes was playing forward as well
Yeah.
as say like a third-ish tall or second tall classified,
Yeah.
and then when he's been just playing, it's been harder, I think, because it's been harder with like Nick Bryan and him.
Is
at
there a
centre.
way? I want to see. Is there a way to see the number? Like in terms of hitouts to advantage, though.
No,
He's
it's only
actually-
just general hitouts. Just go
Sorry,
hitouts on the
he's-
right hand side
On the right hand side filter.
down.
I thought you
in the
could.
actual columns.
Oh, hitouts, right. How do I find it? I would love to see hitouts to advantage, though.
Does DFS have? I think DFS has it, doesn't it?
We'll go to DFS.
I don't know. That's just one idea.
Can we rank by hitouts to advantage? How would we even find that out? Would be season breakdown?
Maybe, yeah.
Probably.
And then I want HTA. It's not really helping me out here.
That's per game, yeah.
This is per game. I don't know. I just think that in terms of hitouts to advantage, I don't know where I read it or heard it somewhere, but Phillips was top 5 for hitouts to advantage this year. So he's doing it. He's doing a good job for us. There's no doubt about it. He's not a world beater. He's not a big name like English or Wits or whatever. Like, but
No,
he's
holding his own.
He's holding his own, exactly. The problem is their midfield always beats up on our midfield. Always. Like, we have no answer for Libba. Like, we'll just maybe have Parrish go head-to-head with Libba. But Bond, no one can go head-to-head with Bond.
Here we go. Just Google AFL hitouts to advantage.
It's not.
23. And then
Boom.
But it
That's
doesn't-
2022.
And then you can change it to 2023, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's showing like Tom Barras it doesn't really show it accurate.
Right.
go. How do I change this now?
No, I'm benchmarking.
So technically the highest is Pitane, technically as a first ruck.
Samson Ryan. Moyle, Pitane.
No, you can
I don't
change
know
it
how
by
many
position. Go filters. You can change it by position.
filter position.
Just do ruck.
Yeah, nice.
Yep. That's better.
Nice.
So it's Pitane, Goldie, Briggs.
Where is he? Draper, Phillips. Jeez, he's very low down. I don't know why. I don't know where I got
27th.
that statistics from. In terms of hitouts, Marshall.
Yeah, but most of the time he's been a second ruck is the problem.
But he has been a second ruckman, yeah. So in
Yeah,
terms
so
of,
it changes.
what's this? Hit out win. Oh, sorry, it was not hit out to advantage. It was hit out win. It was the top 5 hit out winning percentage that he was top.
Oh,
5.
okay, yeah.
But in terms of him winning the hit outs, he's actually been, as you can see here,
On average, 1 out of 2.
he's actually
hit
on
outs that he
average.
has. Half of
On
his hit
average,
outs.
is better than Wits
And gone.
at winning a hit out. So he's
And
been
gone too.
and gone. Like he's only behind Sean Darcy, who's the number 1 hit out player. But Andrew Phillips has certainly been busting his ass in the ruck. He's been
He has.
he's been doing some important things for us. All right. Now, I still agree that we miss Draper and that we need Draper back because Draper is not just a ruckman. He's also the big body that when the ball's there in dispute, he can just run and just hack it forward. Right.
And kick goals of the year.
And kick goals of the year. Exactly. He's
Or
just
win
an
him a
energy
game
guy.
like win him a game how they did against Melbourne earlier this year. Oh, he won the.
So he's a high impact energy player for us, and I think we're really looking flat. We're looking dead tired, and the Dogs really took it to us. And I think this game
It
was
is
one that
also
we
hard when
really
you don't
needed
have
to win.
tall defend. You don't have too many tall defenders either, so it's
No.
harder to stop like Ugle-Hagan. It was Ugle-Hagan, like Norton, like all these guys, and then like when like Buku Karmas was playing a bit rough, I think forward as well. So it's hard with him as well.
Yeah, look, it was a dynamic forward line for sure, but I really felt like our back line did decently well. Actually, like I thought the problem was the midfield. Where we lost this game wasn't the back line. I think it was the midfield absolutely getting spanked by the Doggies midfield, and us not having the combination, like the connection up forward. Like we look at the contested possessions. Where's contested possessions here? Libba by himself had 22. Zach Merritt and Darcy Parish together were 22.
Yep. That does make a huge difference.
Just one. One Libba is equal to Darcy Parish and a Zach Merritt combined.
And then four of them had about 50 between them.
Yeah. And then you had Baz, Marcus, Trelaw. He was also really big. Like we were monstered. We were beat up.
And then you still got like English there with 10 as well. Yeah.
Phillips, our ruckman, and then Laverty, a defender, right playing forward ruck. But it's just we were beat up by the bigger.
And then your next mid is like way down.
Yeah, so you got Parish, Merritt, and then you go down to Caldwell.
Yeah.
Who had
they've
7.
got 50 between. That's 50 between 4 of their mids.
Yep.
And then you've got like 40 between the whole
22 plus 7, 29. 29 plus Hobbs 5. You know what I mean? Like 30. Just 34.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we were completely smashed in the contest. Even though we had the same number of inside 50s, their route to goal was so much more direct than ours.
Look at that efficient inside 50 difference. It's massive.
Huge. 51 hitouts to their 35. But look at the clearances. They had 47.
Yep.
Game, set, the match right there.
Contested plus 30. So, look, it was a rough game. One that I'm not sure if it's opened my eyes and a lot of Essendon supporters' eyes, but it's definitely taken the wind out of our sails this game. Like, I thought we were no chance against Geelong last week. I genuinely thought we were going to get smashed.
I thought it was 50-50 before the game, I thought.
For this one?
Yeah, because lots of people, even though we're still tipping Bulldogs as like the tip, but I thought they've got a good chance still.
Yep.
And then I don't know what happened.
Exactly.
On the
night,
so, I guess.
I've got to say, I think a lot of it, I think a big portion of blame, I think, has to go on Brad Scott. I think for this, his mantra has been all year, we do not play players who are not fit. You got to be 100% or close to it to play. And I'm sorry, but I could outrun Draper on the field right now. Sorry, not Draper. Sorry, Package Stringer. I could outrun Stringer on the field right now. This Jake Stringer is clearly carrying something. He can't run. He's got no burst whatsoever. We can't be playing him.
Some games he looks really good, and then others he's like nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, look, this game he was nowhere to be seen. We tried putting him in the middle in the first quarter to give us some spark, but he's got no tank whatsoever. He's got no tank. We dropped Jai Menzie. We dropped Jai Menzie. We needed Jai Menzie out there. Snelling and Guelphy are not small forwards.
No.
They're mids that we've tried to convert into small forwards. They don't have the crumbing nous. They're not at the feet of the 2 Meter Peter. 2 Meter Peter had so many almost marks, but he kept dropping. We couldn't take a mark to save our life. But he at least brought the ball to ground. We never had crummers. Jonas Leafstringer alone is pregnant.
Oh, God.
How many weeks is he? 36?
Mate, just send him on maternity leave. Send him on maternity leave from now. He's got to go, bro. He's got to go. So this week, I think shot our hopes of finals, I reckon. I think this was a game that we needed to win.
I think so, yeah.
Like, we got a ladder. We'll do the predictor, right?
Hmm.
I have no confidence in my team anymore. So, Collingwood against Carlton with no Mackay and no Walsh. It's hard to go against Collingwood.
And
right?
we don't know if Chera or Cripps are back either, so we don't know.
So I'm leaning maybe 20, 24, 25 points.
Yeah, I think so.
Because of those outs. Sorry, Jonas. No bias against you whatsoever. Cats hosting Freo. Freo shit.
This could be
they were
big
they
margin.
were horrible.
Freo are abysmal. That's the reason why I didn't care.
Yeah, when that first quarter happened and they were like 30 points down, I thought this is game over here.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think they need to change with Freo. They need to change. Alex Pearce needs to. I reckon they got to switch captain next year. I don't know why they chose him. I thought for sure it's going to be Brayshaw.
Yeah,
like Brayshaw or Sarong for sure. And then
correct.
You get Alex Pearce, and he's done nothing for them.
I mean, sort of similar to Port, how they got Jonas, right? Like, why is Jonas the captain?
I don't know, but also if Freo stay this same spot, Melbourne get pick 4.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, see, Tone there. Pearce and Jonas, worst captain. I agree, Tone. Like, it makes no sense. I honestly reckon Freo could do the co-captain thing, or with the like Brayshaw Sarong. They could genuinely do it.
Yeah, but I don't know why they voted him in the first place.
It's terrible. Well, very poorly run team. I reckon the Giants win this game. The Giants are just flying at the moment. I reckon Giants beat the Dogs.
Giants played good today without Jesse Hogan, and then they still subbed Toby Green, which is...
Can you believe that? Like, they know we are in this hunt. We need our best players right to go.
Yeah. I knew, they were good. When Toby Green in the first quarter has 5 or 6 shots on goal, the 2 goals, 3, and you think, Giants are on here today.
Yeah, so I reckon the Giants win this game. I reckon the Dogs, well, they'll obviously
They are good at Mars. They are good at Mars too.
Yeah, but I'd say that, yes, the Dogs would be pleased with how they played, but I'd also say that we were easy kills because we played exactly how they wanted us to play. Slow, chipping, side to side, giving them time to set up. As soon as we went fast, we got them exposed, but we never did it. I reckon the Bulldogs also had the rub of the green with the umpiring. I think they're going to have a rude awakening next week, that not every week is sunshine.
I reckon they've got a good shout to win.
Yeah. I'm going Giants.
Under a kick.
By under a kick?
Yeah.
So we want under 10
I'd
points.
I'd love another Toby Green match winner.
Yeah, Toby! King Toby. It's got to be the Lions. Close to 50, we reckon.
Toby in the snow.
Yes. I don't feel confident tipping us. I actually don't. I think the Swans are playing good footy.
Yeah. Without even a notable ruckman either.
Ruckman overrated. Ruckman are overrated.
I
If
think
the
so.
mids don't do it, then the Ruckman doesn't mean anything. You
Yeah,
need the
yeah.
mids.
I agree.
Yeah,
But it was like
our
crazy
mids
how
aren't getting it done.
it was like Mills only played like 3% CBAs or whatever. He had
Yeah,
no mid at all.
unbelievable. I can't
Because they were
believe I
playing him
traded
like
out Cameron
forward.
for him.
They're playing him like forward for some
Yeah.
reason. They're playing him forward because he kicked like 2 goals or whatever.
I can't believe I traded out Darcy Cameron to get this guy in. Oh, I feel like an idiot. Who wins
On
this?
your DK.
Port or Adelaide?
Yeah, I should have
Port,
kept
if Port,
one
if
extra
Port
trade.
win,
Port
if Port
win.
wins, Adelaide done.
Well, without
Yeah.
Rankin now, without Rankin's pretty tough as well. Because
Yeah,
he did his knee today.
yeah. I'm actually going to do 25 points for Port Adelaide. I reckon they'll come out firing after this loss.
Great.
Sainers to beat the Hawks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Melbourne to beat the Tigers.
Oh, I'd say yeah. Oh, they've been close both times. Like Melbourne 2 weeks in a row. I think Melbourne just. I think.
I just think their defense will hold them up. Oh, Tone reckons
I
the Tigers
agree.
open about.
Nah, I just think their like defense can like shut down like Jack
Yeah,
Rewalds hasn't been doing like, and then
No.
plus it's Max Gorn against Soldo too. I think Max Gorn, mate, is big influence. Can be a big influence. So I just think Melbourne are better.
Tigers suck. There you go. Nice deep analysis brought to you by Jonas.
Sponsored by,
yeah, the Tigers
sponsored by
defense is.
Continental Tires.
Yeah, I know, Continental Tires. Look, the Tigers defense is solid, yeah, but I just think that Melbourne's is
I'm
better.
just worried. Yeah.
North to beat the Eagles.
Please.
We'll keep it close if Shannon's still around. We'll keep it close. Just for you, Shannon. All right, we'll go to Marvel Stadium where the Dogs host Richmond. We're still thinking the Dogs win that one at Marvel.
Yep.
I reckon this one is something that we can win.
Yeah.
Against West Coast. Adelaide hosting the Suns.
Should.
So that should happen. Collingwood should beat Hawthorn.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a lesser margin, to be honest.
Then 50, about 25.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll give them a good test.
Yeah, GMHBA, Geelong hosting Port.
Geelong.
I think Geelong now, because that's in 2 weeks, isn't it? Yeah, next week.
Yeah.
The week after. So, yeah, I think Geelong because they won't have I think Rioli.
Rioli's still out. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Cool. And then Giants hosting the Swans. We've kept it close, but I reckon the Giants.
Oh, that's going to be a good. I reckon that's going to be a pretty close game, I think.
Yeah. Blundstone, Melbourne to beat North.
Yep.
Marvel. The way Carlton are playing. Now there's no Mackay, and there will be still no Walsh for this game.
Oh.
You really reckon you guys can win this, Jono?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't see it, mate. I'm sorry.
Not how they played.
How?
If they play like how they played today,
Well,
I don't think they beat. They beat Carlton.
Yeah, I know I haven't seen the game as yet, but apparently Ross said in his presser that they didn't have the roof shut at all yesterday when it was raining.
What?
As well.
The roof was open.
No, it didn't rain yesterday. Never rained yesterday.
It didn't rain yesterday.
Or Friday. Did it rain Friday night?
The roof was closed on Friday night. I was at the game there.
What about
No,
Saturday
only
at
rained
all?
this morning. Only rained this morning.
Yeah, so they had the roof open this morning.
St Kilda are dreamers.
Apparently.
It looks like Ross was also dreaming. He's dreaming rain in Marvel.
No, because it definitely didn't rain yesterday.
Well,
What the hell is... I didn't know they opened the roof at Marvel. I thought it's always closed.
no, only open during the day.
But for games, because I forget what it was for. I can't remember what it was for that they said earlier this year. The whole, even when it was like daylight savings and stuff like that, they said every game this year was shut for some reason. I don't know why. I can't remember.
St Kilda don't like the wet or the cold. We've got a cupcake alert. So we've got Rowan Marshmallow and the cupcakes. That could be a band name. Marshmallow and the Cupcakes. I'm just kidding. I still reckon Carlton get the job done. I'm sorry. Let's just say if you win, you're in the 8 and Carlton miss. If they win, you miss. Ooh, close. And then obviously Brisbane win.
Yep.
We then come to Collingwood hosting Geelong at the MCG. Collingwood, yeah.
I just don't see Geelong. Seeing that last quarter last night, I thought like 6 lead changes was ridiculous in one quarter.
Yeah, for sure. Mate, I reckon you guys win this. The way we're playing, the way I thought the margin would be better, but I'm gonna bring it.
You never know.
I'm gonna bring that
Nearly
way down.
Nearly happened last time, so
exactly. I'm gonna bring that way down. SCG Swans are playing much better.
Yeah.
Gabba. Without Ashcroft, I don't see it being 50 points. I reckon it's 40.
Yep. Agreed.
MCG. Mate, if we've got Carlton beating Melbourne, how can we not have Carlton beating you guys, Jono?
Yeah.
You're running the show, not me.
This guy, mate. We did this predictor last time you were on. Melbourne. All right. What happens if we have? I don't know. I don't even know. I reckon. Who wins this? Is it Melbourne or Carlton? Melbourne, right?
But yeah, because they could have.
Clan Oliver will be back. Clan Oliver will be back for this one.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. And then you'll
Clan Oliver back, and
you'll have Tracker more in the mid. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Melbourne. It's Melbourne. Yes. Jen thinks so as well. Melbourne. All right, we're going Melbourne. Sorry, Jonas. But we have you beating St Kilda, as much as Jono doesn't like that. And then we've got, I don't even know about this.
Freo, I think Freo, but not as I reckon a closer margin. Because the last few times West Coast has played at Optus, they've put it up to teams and then faded late.
UTAS. The Hawks love to play there.
They lost by 3 points last time, though. They they last lost, it was like 3 points.
Bro, I reckon the Hawks, man. The Hawks almost beat Richmond today.
Yeah.
They're playing some really good footy, the Hawks. I reckon the Hawks get the job done. Am I delusional?
Oh, they could, yeah.
10 points, I reckon. The Hawk is.
If they can beat West Coast down there, they can. But I reckon they can beat Western Bulldogs down there.
Marvel. Saints v Richmond.
I'd say Saints because it's at Marvel. Only reason.
Adelaide hosting the Giants. I actually don't think it's going to be that big of a margin. I reckon the Giants are just killing it. But still, you can't go past that. You can't go past Port.
Yeah.
They beat Adelaide in Adelaide. You know what I mean? Like they could upset Port here.
Yeah.
So if they do, what happens to the ladder?
What happens if they do?
Fifth.
Port dropped to 4.
Yeah, but yeah.
Port
We've
have to
got
play
Giants winning like
Collingwood.
10 in a row. We've got like Giants winning 10 in a row though, or whatever.
That's exactly
Or
right. Is it?
So 10 or 11 in a row.
Well, if they're good enough.
Yeah,
If they're good enough.
Yeah.
Because they're on 6 already, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
is
this
it
is
6 or
7.
7. No, I think it's 7 this week.
They're
It
on
was
7? So that's
I think
8
so.
in a row. Then 9 in a row.
Yeah.
Where's the Giants? Yeah. Oh, that's if they beat Port.
Yeah.
Then that will be 9 in a row.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. Or 10. Yeah.
Then 10 in a row.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they lose to Carlton here.
Oh.
If they beat Carlton, they're still not top 4.
And Carlton go out in the 8.
Oh. Right. Carlton have rated GWS so much. It would be so funny if the Giants still knock them out.
That'd be funny.
All right, we'll go back here. We've done this round already. Round 23. Let's be realistic and say, let's be realistic and go back with Port Adelaide, right?
Yep.
At home.
Yep.
Collingwood at Marvel against the Lions. Should be a Collingwood win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Should be a Richmond win.
Yep.
Should be a
First MCG
Carlton
game
win.
from North of the year.
Should be a Carlton win.
Yep.
Should be a Giants win, I reckon.
Yep.
Should be a Cats win. Sorry, Jono.
Yes.
Should be an Adelaide win.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Jen, exactly like what Collingwood did last year. Absolutely. Massive repercussions for Carlton. Doggies at Marvel. Yep, should get the job done.
Yeah.
And then
Bond captain.
Hawks. Yeah, Bond captain for this one. And then Hawks. Oh, sorry, not
What do you
Hawks.
mean English
should
captain?
lose. Yeah, Hawks should lose to Melbourne, yeah?
Yep.
And then Optus Stadium, doesn't matter. Freo is shit.
Yeah.
We'll go with Port.
I think their key loss, they've had key losses. Like, it's hard for Freo without Logue. Like, obviously they lost Logue, Tucker, Akers. Then there's Rory Lobb. So it's hard.
Jonas has to get back at. I love it. The Carlton-Collingwood rivalry in the comments between Jen and Jonas. Like what Sydney did to the 1 point ponies in the prelim. All duck, no dinner. Mate, Jonas, I love it. Fighting words, mate. Fighting words. They're still clear top of the ladder, though. Brisbane at the Gabba against the Sainers.
Brisbane are hard to beat.
I took it down from 50 to about 40 because there's no Ashcroft. Marvel Stadium, Carlton against the Giants. Come on. No, I'm just joking.
It depends which. It's going to be interesting when for the last round.
When this
who's going to play in which game slot? I reckon it's going to matter. Like heaps. I reckon.
For sure.
Like I reckon they're going to put Bulldogs and Geelong. I reckon the Saturday night potentially could be.
Yes.
I don't know, but I think that's what it seems like.
Yeah, I think all of these are
like Richmond and Port like the Friday night or something.
Yeah, the only 50-50. I think this is the only 50-50 game. I think it's clear Brisbane win. I think it's clear Collingwood win. I think it's clear Geelong win. I think it's clear Hawks win because Freo is shit. I think you guys are more likely to win than the Suns.
Well, in Tassie's a different story to say Marvel. Gold Coast at Marvel, I think.
But this is Blundstone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I reckon Melbourne are clear. I reckon Port are clear at home. Or is it actually Richmond? Because I'm pretty sure Richmond have beaten Port.
2 years in a row, wasn't it? It was like They've been
Last
pretty
year.
good.
Last year.
Jeez.
We looked at
If
it
this
last week.
happens, if this
Yeah.
happened, yeah,
They
we'll
go to
still be
fourth.
we'll be reasonable. So
Then
I
they go
reckon
to
this
fourth.
is the only 50-50. Like, this
True.
should be the last game.
I'd love that.
Like, if they really should make this the last game because Carlton are literally playing for the 8th. Otherwise, the Saints are in. By that draw, by the draw that Carlton had at the start of the year, comes
It'll
to
also
bite
be
them
6
in the
points in
ass.
front of them.
Comes to bite them in the ass. So it's either Saints are in or Carlton are in. Based on
but
this
it depends.
result.
But it also depends on that Saints Carlton game coming up too.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah, that
If
makes
Saints win,
and Giants win. Yeah.
so even if Carlton win, if they lose to the Saints this week, then they can't make finals, I don't think. Because we look at who they're playing. We've got they'll have to beat Melbourne. They'll have
So
to
they
beat
have to
Melbourne
Saints and
otherwise.
Melbourne. Saints, Melbourne, or Giants. 2 of those they have to win.
Yeah. Gee, so close.
Yeah.
So close. GWS, please beat Carlton, says Jen.
No, you should have seen. Like, I was like chatting to my uncle last night, who's a Carlton supporter, and he wanted today that North to win so Carlton could stay in the 8.
Wait,
He would
Carlton
have been so excited when we were so ahead.
So, yeah. Regardless, we'll then end up with a different finals because we're not in it. You can't go past Collingwood. You can't go past Geelong. This will be a cracking game. And Port at home, you can't go past. Losing grand finals is a cakewalk for the good old Collingwood.
Love the Giants.
Saints v Giants at the MCG. How did the Giants fare at the MCG? I don't think they play there much.
They got smacked this year by Collingwood. It was Collingwood, but
it's Collingwood. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was them.
That was the Giants.
This was Marvel, MCG.
I think it's only been one.
Geelong.
I think it's only been one. Because
They
that was
beat
Darwin.
Melbourne in Darwin.
Yeah, that was in Darwin, yeah. I think it's only one game, like North.
Bro, that's not enough. You can't play one game at the MCG and like expect to be competitive there.
But Saints don't play much either there either.
We had 1 from 1 this year, so at the G.
Better record at the G.
And that was against you boys, Joe.
I know, very early in the year. I know.
You're 1-1, yeah.
Just for that.
Sorry.
For that.
50%. 50% better than 0%.
We'll go for the Giants, mate. Mate, the Giants are peaking at the right time. And then you got Melbourne v Geelong. The defense is so good, but depends who has the healthier list, I feel.
But when does I think they need Guthrie. Geelong need Guthrie, I reckon. As well.
Yeah.
Because he's been injured for a while, but I mean, because sometimes you can't just rely on like Atkins, like Dangerfield and all that.
You can. They're guns.
Else.
And then Brisbane win that. And then Collingwood beat Brisbane at the MCG. And then Port beat Melbourne. Wait, did Melbourne beat Port over there this year?
No, Port won.
Port won
because Melbourne was going to win, but It was when Clary did his hammy.
Oh, yeah.
And they
Clarygate.
lost.
Clarygate. That will be a headline for that game. Clarygate.
He has not played since then.
No.
This hamstring injury has just evolved like unbelievable.
Yeah. Don't worry about Sandpapergate. Worry about Clarygate.
It's Clarygate, mate. It's Clarygate. Like, honestly, what round was that?
10. Was it 10?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What a guess. He hasn't played.
I know all this. I know all this because it was just before the buys.
He hasn't played in 10 weeks. What the hell is this hamstring injury? And he's not going to play this week, apparently. Apparently, he's looking forward to the following week.
Away.
They're saying 3 to 4.
So if he comes back, according to their latest timeline,
so that's round 24 at the latest, potentially. If it's, I don't know. Sometimes this injury report is not sort of true and accurate.
This was 5 days ago. Really? Hamstrung midfielder it continues with the track. What does that even mean? Train with the group today and continues to work closely.
Yeah,
to hit
they
the
say
final markers.
Like how Geelong says, short term, medium term. Like they don't even give a time frame for some players. It's saying on the injury list for Melbourne, Clary, 3 weeks it says still. That was on Tuesday. So that means at least another 2.
Jesus Christ. So 2 weeks. That would put him to the 12-week mark.
Yeah.
Which is what some people were saying in terms of drug offenses. One of the strikes, the next time you're caught, could be 12 weeks long. Oh my God.
That was on Tuesday, so that means another 2 at least.
It was a snot turned into.
Love it.
Love that.
I wasn't going to say it. I was going to wait for Jonas to say something like that, to be honest.
Jonas, that was wonderful, Jonas. Well done, mate. Oh, and I think, I think that will do us. It's now 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
We've gone on for just under 2 hours. Boys, this is becoming a very regular occurrence here, where we start with Shannon and finish with you two. So it's been great fun as usual. Looking forward to seeing some more people come on to the streams, as we got in the banner down below, that the link is open to everybody out there. It's not just for us three. It's not just for Shannon. It is for everyone who wants to come on and talk about the footy and talk. It doesn't have to be about their team. Could just be anything footy related, because the footy is well and truly heating up. Not for me. I feel like for me it's well and truly cooled down. For everybody else around us on the ladder, it's definitely gone crazy. Jen, you said you might jump on this week. I'm hoping sincerely that you will jump on next week. I thought you'd be on up and about with the Collingwood win, clear top of the ladder. But looking forward to hearing from you guys at some point. Thank you so much for coming and joining us on this wonderful Sunday night. We'll see you all tomorrow. Shannon has no staying power like the Weagles. Starts with a high and then to come down. Jonas, if you were to come on at some point, that would be unreal. That would be unreal.
That'd be funny.
It would be very funny having a blue bragger on the stream. So, Causa, I'll probably ask you guys impromptu your tips for this week before any team sheets have come out.
I got 9 out of 9 this week too.
You got 9. I got 8 out of 9 for some reason. I should have got 9 out of 9. All right. So I'm going to go. Yep.
So this week I'm looking at obviously Collingwood.
I'm doing Collingwood by 17 points this week, I reckon.
No, I'm going to say more than that. Geelong should be.
Geelong's a bit Freo.
I really want Giants.
I want the Giants to win as well. I'm going the Giants. Stuff you Bulldogs, you shit.
Sydney. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Sydney for sure.
Melbourne and then North. Finally tipping North since round 3.
There you go. It's about time.
First time since round 3 that I've. So this year I've only tipped.
Have we lost him? We've lost him. Him talking about tipping North Melbourne has made his internet drop out. Collingwood by 25 plus. Fair enough, Jed. Fair enough. I might change that. Thank you so much, Tone, for coming on. It was a pleasure having all of you on. Jono, always a pleasure, mate.
Thank you.
Are you going to be watching the game? Are you going to watch the game next week before you come on?
Let me have a quick look. Give me 1 second.
Sunday 1:10. It is.
Sunday 1:10. What am I working next Sunday? 5 o'clock start. So, yes.
Yes. Excellent.
But finish a 1:15 in the morning. So I won't be on.
You won't be on next week, guys.
No.
Damn. So you can't hear. So you can't see me versus Shannon.
Guys, that's it. Stuff North Melbourne versus West Coast. It is Causa versus Shannon, mate. That's the real boxing match going on here. So with that, on that note, we'll end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll look forward to talking with you guys tomorrow on our Supercoach live stream at 7:30. Have a lovely evening, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
So yeah.